Okay, everybody, are you able to play Signal Simulator on an AMD Phenom 2 X4940? Well, we'll take a peek. Here are my options. Graphics, of course window mode, so I keep an eyeball on my temperatures and memory usage and all that. Ambient intensity, all maxed out. Colorblind filter, of course, normal. Is that okay? I may take a look at that a little further. Textures high. Texture FPS 20 FPS. Shadows ultra. Particles high. Volumetric effects ultra. Weather effects high. Foliage detail ultra. Anti-aliasing TAA. Volumetric fog is on. I don't like screen space reflection stuff. And I don't like bloom. Ambient occlusion is on. Chromatic aberration is on. And sunshaft is on. Gameplay, running background, I think is run by default like that. Local time, I just clicked that, I turned that on before I started messing with my frame rate, or my options for video. I also messed with the FPS. It was set to about 75, and I put it up to 80. So we'll see how this works. Again, I'll let you know. I wonder if he has a frame rate. I like when games have frame rate posting. Let's see if there's anything in. See, that's as far as you're going to be able to go with the settings. But I mean, you don't need anything super big about it. You really don't. Yeah, it's too bad I don't have an FPS. Okay. Let me just check, make sure I'm recording here. I forgot to do that. Let's do a new game. Yeah. Now, this game is installed on a mechanical drive, a mechanical hard drive. Now, if I had it installed on my SSD, it'd be a lot faster than this. But my SSD is quite tiny, actually. It's 120 gig. And of course I have Windows 10 installed, and that's where my operating system is installed on. So, now this dev has done a lot of work on this game. He's added stupid stuff to it. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Like, there's, what, an invasion thingy? Now, wow, good frame rates. Awesome frame rates. Now this is one of the games. When he released it, had incredibly bad frame rates, incredibly high CPU usage, and I mean it was incredibly high frame rate or CPU usage, 100% maxed out constantly, massive stuttering, the whole 9 yards. So I decided to start making, because I knew he could do better. So I decided to do up videos and that sort of thing, showing him what was going on. I gave him the full system specs and everything else, and other people were complaining of the same issue, regardless of your system. And he took the time out on a weekend, I think it was, perhaps a little longer, and he worked on it, found out what was making it the frame rate issues happen, and heavy CPU usage. And now, ever since then, he has created a wonderful, wonderful, very moody simulator. Just want to go here. I'm getting very steady frame rates. Let me see, is there... No. I don't like that blur. Honest goodness, I don't like it. That would have to be probably ambient. We'll turn off ambient occlusion. That gives me that. We'll turn off these two for right now. See if that gets rid of the blur. Yeah, that got rid of the blur. So one of them is causing the blur, which I don't, and it could very well be ambient occlusion. We'll see. So it's obviously, it's going to be the chromatic. Yeah, I'm getting that. Yeah, blurry. And I don't like blur. I don't like anything like don't like it. Just I like having my images crisp as possible. Now there is one problem with the game. I don't understand. I've tried every setting possible. I don't know if he's changed it now or not. It's these settings here, or he's got to do something to clear that up. Like, look how awful they look. They're hard to distinguish. That's 10, 5 degrees, 1 degree, 0.1 degree. Like, he has to do something better with that. He seriously does. That black on silver is just not cutting it. If he's going to do black, he should have it look like, you know, those tabby things, label guns, have either white on blue or black on white and have it look like that. Because, I mean, like who can actually look at that and know what they're looking at without first sitting back going, wow, what's that about? Now the FOV, for desk FOV, I'm down to the lowest. Let's do 60 and see what goes on. Wow, can't read anything like that. Like, he is going to have to do something about that. What's the color scheme here? Displays, red, green, blue. Okay, hold on, this might work. Terminal text, red, green, blue. It's all set to green. But I'm not seeing labeling. Shoot. For a second there, I thought maybe he would have allowed me to change it, but I'm happy that he's added this because people were having a hard time. Oh, let's go back to desk FOV, pull that way back to 40. Yeah, it's too bad. He, oh no, I don't want to go back to main. Yeah, I've asked him to do something about that. Like, I can read that, it's large enough, right? Like, you can read that, but you can't really read that without first really squinting and letting your mind settle on what you're probably looking at. Alright. That's readable, but it's still a little blurry. Yeah, everything's locked under a pay system here for that. In-game pay, meaning that, you know, you experience the more signals you accumulate and that sort of thing, and, you know, I mean, you get certain experience points and to spend, and you also get money to spend and all that stuff. And there's a lot more to this game than it's a fantastic game. It's actually quite fantastic. Let me see here. F4 video. Okay. Now I think I have to put up music for this. Okay, I gotta try to figure out how to do this.
Good morning.
Okay, why aren't I getting video out of this? I know it was working before. Why isn't it working now? Audio, ambient, music, master volume. Okay. Let's go look at the controls here. Sprint, increase, FO. Okay, nothing in there. The audio should be coming through there. What's going on here? That's only for radio. This worked before. I don't know, not understanding why this isn't working now. It's playing the video, of course, but it's not. Oh, there we go. That is fast forward. That little button course in the video, audio. Okay, there we go. That's Night of the Living Dead right there. So you can sit here and be searching for, you can watch movies. Any video, really. Cool. Now, this game is incredibly atmospheric. It gets really spooky. Weird things begin to happen when you're playing this game, actually, to be honest. It's always best to lock your doors. I'm serious, too. It's best to lock them, because weird things happen in this game. At night, it gets even worse. You also have a rover here if you want to take a look at it. Now, this game, I should have said this before when I first at the beginning, is that, of course, when I do videos like this, it's not about gameplay. It's about frame rates, stuff like that, and are you able to play it? And you should be able to have no issues playing this game on a Phenom 2 X4940, even with a low-end card. Which low-end card, I don't know. But there's a lot of surprises in this game. Now, if I pick this up, this is one of the things that upset me in this game. I was after the developer to, you know, the whole point of the game is there life out there? You don't put a UFO right away. That takes away all of the... Some people thought that was cool. To me, that took away from the ambient. Now I don't even have to bother looking for it because I know UFOs exist. Okay. What's the point? Okay, close up shop, boys. Let's pack, go home. UFOs exist. So why look for intelligent life now? Answer has that. For me, personally, in the game, the question has been answered. Talk to you later. I'm going home to my wife. You know, I got so upset at the developer for doing that. It's all about pursuing the answer to the question. But with that, he just answered my question. So what's the point? And he still hasn't removed it, and it's like, obviously the developer, I don't know, maybe 13-year-olds out there think that's really cool. But to me, it's all about, just not about the mood of the game. To me, it's all about, I want the answer to the question. Is there life out there, right? I know that for me personally, I don't think there is, but that's me personally. That's my own personal opinion. But because I'm a creationist, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. Simple fact. Because I have all the evidence I need to know that a creator exists, that he exists. I mean, if it takes us to create even a video game, it takes intelligence to create a video game. And if you take a look at your hands or your face or the human being, just the body, the brain, your mind, and that just happened out of nothing, just happened, that's bullshit. It takes intelligence to create. I mean, human beings can't even create anything that like the human body is, and how well it is. It's so intricate. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. That's a whole different thing. But no, I'm sorry, that ain't happening. I have all the proof in the world around me to tell me that he actually exists. But anywho, so anyway, getting back to the game here. Yeah, so I consistently asked the dev, look, I said, why don't you, like, the game already has an incredible atmosphere to it, a lot of mood to it. So I said, why don't you make it like weird things begin to happen? You're starting to see things, but you're not sure what you're seeing. You know, like people do when, there's that ranch. I said, what the heck's the name of it? It's that ranch that has a lot of paranormal stuff going on around it. You know, where portals are opening, like strange things happening. And a lot of people have always reported, like, military black helicopters and stuff like that. Have weird things happen. You know, you're hearing things happen, but you're not sure what the heck just made that noise. Make the person become very uncomfortable. Well, not super uncomfortable, but make them question. Like, what is going on? And I think I read somewhere where somebody, I haven't experienced it yet, because I haven't really sat down to play the game for a super long period of time. But people have, and this is something I have posted one day to the dev. I said, why don't you, with all these strange things going on around you, right? I said, why don't you, when strange things are happening, like, for instance, if I go out on the deck there, right, and I happen to be looking around, and all of a sudden I'm starting to see something moving around on one of the antennas, so I go to the telescope, or if I had a pair of binoculars, or, and taking a look, you see something moving out messing around with one of your antennas. Strange things begin to happen, strange noises. Just not that, create the atmosphere that, yeah, you're not alone. There's something really going on here. And have glowing orbs appear somewhere and then zipping off somewhere across the landscape, or doing weird stuff. Just make it so you're not sure what you're looking at. Something weird is really going on. But don't ever let the player see aliens, and never let players see a UFO. Like a UFO, that when I picked up that sneaker, that thing took off. Like I said, that already answered the question. Bang, pack, go home. Right? Alright? Alright, alright? That's what I'm saying to you. But like I said, at night, make sure your doors are locked. Now, I probably will be making another video. I actually have made other videos about the game itself. Me just playing the game and thinking how cool it is. But the atmosphere is just fantastic in this game, especially at night, man. It is wild. It gets very, very moody. But as far as gameplay, yeah, you can play this game. Frame rate hits, 0. Just 0. It's just, he's really optimized the game. And you're sitting here watching a scary movie or listening to a radio station, and all of a sudden, like I said, you start seeing weird things happen. You're hearing weird things happen. Cans being knocked over or something. That sort of stuff, right? Or if you're standing here looking at a monitor or whatever, and all of a sudden you feel like something's right behind you. It's that sort of an atmosphere I want the developer to create. But with the developer putting that sneaker out there and sees you touch a sneaker, your answer has been, or your question has been answered, pack up, go home. That is such fluff. Get rid of that. That takes away from the game right away. And the reason why the sneaker's out there and everything else is because there's a little story to this. That supposedly you had another buddy here with you or whatever, and he got snatched up, and that's his sneaker. And then picking up his sneaker, of course, then you see the UFO, and then you know that your buddy was abducted. You know, then why am I sitting here? Why am I sitting here in this chair looking for life out there, huh? Anyway, that's always been a sore point for me with this game. But outside of that, if you don't go around... Oh, by the way, there's also a really sneaky Pete thing going on here. And I should... I don't know if I'm going to show you. It is a spoiler, and I'm not going to show you where it's at. But I will tell you this much. Explore. Explore. Because what ends up happening is that you'll find something out there. Explore the landscape. Explore, look at everything. He even gave us a blocky... But there's something way out there, guys. I'll give you a small hint. If you come across railroad tracks, right? I think it's railroad tracks. I'm trying to remember now. I think it has to do with railroad tracks. If you do, there's something along there that you may want to take a look at. Keep a close eye on everything that you're going through. But things start amping up in this game, and it can really make you... It can creep the living daylights out of you. It really can. Okay, that flashlight's not realistic at all. Whites everything out on me. But, I don't know why I'm playing this game a little bit longer than I was planning on to. Now, that there is a growth. You're going to see some strange things begin to happen there with that thing. I don't know why the dev went silliness. He went to the silly end of things with this game. Because I wanted him to stay as serious as possible to the credibility of what's going on here. But doing silliness like this, it's almost as if he got bored and didn't know what to add. And I was helping him, like I was posting, telling him what to add, but keep the credibility of your work that's going on here. And he totally ignores me. Like I said, explore the landscape, go up and around your radars. Occasionally go up on top and look through your telescope on your deck. Find out what's going on there. And you'll begin to see some strange things happening. Like this is really whiting out things. Holy moly. It's like a fog. But it's not foggy out. But yet the light makes it look like there's a fog. Yeah, he's got to do something with that flashlight. Yeah, see, these are not the tracks I'm talking about. But there are tracks out there. And if you find them, follow them. You'll find something interesting. But again, you know, this game is it's a simulator to answer your question. Is there life out there? That's why you're tracking signals. He's had some weird stuff to it. I just don't get it. And what's really cool about this, and this is what makes the simulator, it's all about you hunting down those signals, and boy, some of those are creepy. And there is a sense of accomplishment. There's a decent amount of management you have to do, like keep your radar, or not your radar, upgrading your radar system, keeping an eye on your power system, make sure there's fuel, balancing out your power usage. Keeping your solar panels clean, which you should do for as soon as you start a game. Make sure you got a good, and do it regularly, actually. He's added an ROV for you, so you can sit in your chair and drive that ROV around, which is located right there, I think, right there. But overall, yeah, you can play this on your system with no issues, or you shouldn't have any issues. Alright folks, take care, have a good one, and you can upgrade, this game you can upgrade an awful lot. You can actually upgrade quite a bit. Yeah, he's got to do something with this flashlight. It's really blurring everything out. Even though I have settings on Ultra, as far as they look really 2D. Graphics don't make the game. What's important is you sitting in that chair and getting those signals. That's what's important. I know, I'm looking for that railroad track. Now this here should be for my panels. Yeah, it whites everything out, this flashlight. You can see it wipe it down. So come morning, they'll I haven't been out this far yet. Let's turn off the light. See if anything weird is gonna happen here. But outside of this, I mean, outside of my little complaints about things, the game is really, really creepy. And the more, and the better you become at tracking down those signals, the better things are for you. And, just not for you. I mean, you're advancing in the game, and it makes you feel really cool that you're doing it. That you're able to upgrade, but you will come across a lot of issues in the game. What's that? Oh, I was gonna say, holy moly. Little greeny eye things there. I thought it was just power on or off to the antenna. Now there are people out there who have done videos on the game, and the videos are really well done, by the way, and they're really quite cool to watch. Yeah, he's got to really sharpen up that light. It doesn't look right to me. Makes everything look blurry. Okay. Turn the light off, see if anything weird begins to happen. Keep an eyeball on everything as you're running around. Like I said, you never know. You might see something really strange. I was going to end this video, but You know, oh boy, me and my love for exploration. But the cool factor, like I said, is sitting in that chair, hunting down signals, hearing things happen around you and you don't know what the heck is really going on. Seeing weird stuff happen around your antennas. And you will see, I mean, I stood out on the deck while I was playing one time. I was just messing around with the game and I noticed something in the sky. And it was really kind of an odd, it was like an orb, but it was floating way above the ground in the sky. It was quite big. And I know what the moon looks like, and that was not the moon. And I was looking at it, looking at it, looking at it. It was actually before he put the telescope on the deck. And it was like, you know. I stared at it, and it was like, it wasn't moving, it was just hovering there. And it's those sort of things, not knowing what you're looking at. I'd rather though, because but if you ever do purchase the game, look at everything, go out, explore. You know, take a vehicle instead of running around yourself. Take a vehicle out there. You have your little golf cart, and because you never know what you're going to actually end up finding. But that green smoking thing I showed you earlier, I know what it turns into. I've seen videos. Did I just see a shadow? Credits added. Oh, okay. God, I was kind of hoping for something else to happen. 20 credits is 20 credits. But like I said, I have never seen that before. Like I said, look around. That really creeped me out. That made my hair on the back of my neck stand up. I didn't know what. I knew it was a radio. I just didn't realize. That's the sound of a breeze. Is that overpass there? I wonder about. See, I should have stopped this video about maybe 15 minutes ago, but I'm curious. I'm curious. Sit and listen. Now, I don't know if he's added shooting stars or not. Now, I did happen to see something one day over in that direction by that mountain. Couldn't figure out what it was. I mean, I just saw it. It was really fast. But I do know I saw something. And your eyes do actually can play tricks on you in this game. If he really amps it up, you know, some weird things, it puts you on edge, which means that you don't really have to do all that much to get a person. Okay. You know, to get a person's imagination running wild with them. And that's the whole point of what I was trying to get the dev to do is, you know, don't give people too much information. Let their minds fill in those blanks. And some of the things that they can come up with will really surprise you. And we're not really talking jump scares. See, when I went ahead and I come across that, the first I started picking up that signal on the radio, that made my neck, the hair on my neck stand up. And I was a little concerned because it was like, well, you know, what's this about, you know? And my mind started running kind of wild with me because I swear I saw a shadow. And that is my mind playing with me. And that is what I try to get the dev to get into. Don't give too much information, but let the people's minds fill in those blanks. Or fill in those blanks with what they think is going on. When in actual fact it may not be anything at all. But I swear I saw a shadow. But I'm now looking back and I'm thinking, nah, you didn't see anything at all. It's because of that unknown. And that is what this game that the dev should attain to, instead of adding stupid UFO garbage like that. Like that sneaker and then the UFO taking off. The story of the game, or the simulator, is in the signals, not like the signals and what happens out around here. And searching for that question, or the answer for that question. Not showing somebody something. Okay, we're just making a roundabout here. Because the developer already has the basics set up, a strong base to build from, but he's going in a weird way about it. Really, really strange way. Now, yeah, it's the sound of the wind. That's probably a bush right there, so. See, the thing is, I'm already on edge, so that's what you want. You want to put the player on edge. Slowly bring them up to that point. You don't want to smack them in the face with being on edge immediately. But you want to slowly play with them in order to bring them out. That way you can really let the game really excel. The game will excel if you just let people's minds play with them. Like, I don't... I want to see if he's placed anything along this line. I've never been out this way, so I have no idea. I think the furthest place I've been to is that storage place there. That's, you know, only as far as I've gotten. Yeah, I don't think this game's super expensive, but the thing is, I mean, it could be $1, and if you don't have $1, you can't buy it, so it might as well be $1 million, right? I find it so curious that people say, oh, it's only this much. Well, if you don't have it, you don't get it. I mean, let's see you walk into a Walmart and you're a dollar short. Are they going to let you go through the cash register not paying that dollar? Don't think so. That's why I keep saying people have got to stop saying it. Well, it's only this much. It's just this much. Well, if you don't have the cash, I mean, even if you're 25 cents short, you can't buy it. Still out of reach, you know. We're really gonna have to really stop thinking that way. And the people that I found that speak that way are people who've had things given to them, or their mommy and daddy gave it to them, or you know, they have jobs that pay them exuberant amounts of money. Is that the wind? Hear that? There's a light right there. Now, I don't know if that's above the mountain range or not. Shining through, could possibly be. Oh. Snow. Really? Alright, the weather was changing. Okay. Thought maybe it was coming up. Yeah, that's just a star. Okay. See, this game's already got me on edge. What's that right there? Is that a bush? Yeah, I'd say it's a tree or something. Believe it or not, the desert does get cold at night, boy. Freezing temperatures. You can die out in the desert. If not from heat, from cold at night. Alright. Okay, the fence ends there. As soon as I come across tracks that I think I know where that thing is, I won't show it to you. Yep, not showing you. Let you find out these things for yourself. Alright, let's go back to base. Looks like the daylight's coming. Got a blue light right there. I don't recall seeing a blue light. I do wish the developer would take my advice on certain things. Get rid of that sneaker, get rid of that UFO. Get rid of these crazy little things you've planted like that. That mound with green gas coming out of it. Take all that stuff out. You don't need that. Oh, I think I know. Alien eggs. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What are you doing, Dev? What have you done with your simulator, dude? Seriously, what have you done with it? Why are you adding this nonsense into your simulator? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Dev? Why are you doing that? This is... That's nonsense, Dev. What are you doing? saddens me, actually. That really saddens me. Alien eggs. You've got to be kidding me. Anyway, folks, like I said, the strength of the game is in sitting down, collecting that data. And there's one of those green girls again. Or maybe that's the same one I've come across. Maybe. Yeah, that's utter nonsense. Yeah, the strength of the game is sitting in your chair, getting your signals. That, but alien eggs and that green stuff, come on, man. Get a little realistic here, okay? He's just taking, what are you smoking dope or something now? Seriously, why are you going in that direction? That makes zero sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me at all. Why you would go in that direction. Treat your simulator seriously. Have things happen that makes it fit. You like to have a person's mind get overactive. Play with the person's mind. Get them on edge. But you don't need to be adding that green stuff or alien eggs. Seriously? Seriously, Dev? Please stop either drinking or doing the dope, man. Stop doing the dope. Okay? You're not thinking smart here. You're being dumb. Oh. And no, I don't have all the answers, but I know I'm right on this. I do know I'm right when I'm speaking about it, especially as far as atmosphere is concerned. I'm telling you. And I do know I have seen, yes, now that I come to think of it, I have seen videos with alien. Oh, Dev, you just gone off your rocker, buddy. You've gone off your rocker, man. But like I said, the strength is here. This is the strength of the game. This is where it all happens right here. And it is fun tracking down these signals, and it is fun listening to them. Because that alone actually starts building up your going, what's going on? What's going on? And it creeps you right the heck out, man. And managing your installation. But now the dev's really gone off his rocker. I don't know. Now the dev's really gone off his rocker, man. And there's the dev there. But he's gone off his rocker with all this other garbage nonsense. Anyway, take care, folks. And yes, you can run this game on a Phenom or an AMD Phenom 2 X4940. And probably with a lower card than what I've got. Bye for now.